All right, let's go to Vince from Missouri. Vince, how can we help you today?
Me?
Yeah, Vince, you're on, my
Can you hear
friend.
me?
We
Yeah, sure
can.
can.
Uh, First thing I wanted to say this. Amber Nickel told me to say this to Kimberly that I was the client of the week. She said that to you the other day.
Yes, she
So she wanted me
did.
to say that on here.
Way to go, Vince. Glad to talk to
But
you.
this is awesome. Yeah, so I'll do a quick. I don't want to take too much time. My wife wants an uncontested divorce. I pushed her away by using divorce when I was angry or let my emotions get a hold of me too much in my past. And rightfully so, she has been pushed away. I have been doing my pies and everything else to increase my attractability for myself, not necessarily just for the marriage, but for myself and for my kids. But one thing I have noticed is one of the things I've learned when de-escalating a situation or trying to keep it calm is I will tell her, can we come back to this conversation when we cool down or something like that, maybe later or tomorrow in 24 hours? And she's the type of person that's a definite no. She is so pushy, like, no, we have to get this figured out. And then I'll try and just step away and she will follow me and like corner me. And then and then at that point I've tried and I don't know what else to do. And then it starts getting my emotions, all tangled up and I end up losing my cool a little bit. Not that I yell or anything like that, but I start saying things I would used to say, but I don't want to say now. And I'm trying to see if there's a better way to do that. I mean, we're going to be together for a while. We live together. We still talk like best friends and laugh, but I'm trying to take advantage of that situation and do everything right that I can for myself and for my family.
Yeah. Are there themes about the types of things that she continues to push you about?
Yeah, so the kids, okay, so I think this is the biggest pull for my wife away from me since she started horseback riding. And she became, we're 30 years old, she became best friends with this 21-year-old horse trainer who's also the horse trainer for my daughter. And my daughter doesn't want to be around that horse trainer anymore. And that seems to be a sensitive topic with my wife. And I'm trying to ask her, hey, maybe can we go somewhere else for her? Not saying you have to. You know, I'm still trying to get her to go there and at least watch you because you're her mom. And that seems to trigger her a lot and say I'm manipulating the kids into not liking the horse trainer. And that hurts because I'm not.
But you said the
So
horse
it seems more
trainer
along
is
the lines of
her.
So the horse. Say that again, Vince. How old is your daughter?
My daughter is 6.
Okay,
and the
6.
horse trainer
trainer's
is 21.
Like a 21-year-old.
But your wife is having a relationship with a horse trainer? That's the part I missed, or no?
Oh, sorry. No, they've just become best friends, like best friends. It's a girl,
Oh, okay. Okay.
same sex. They just have become best friends. And I think that's the biggest pull away from me is because she sees this single life and she can go ride whenever she wants and not have the responsibilities.
I see. But you don't want
That seems to be the touchier stuff.
but you don't want your daughter to go to that horse trainer just because your daughter says that she doesn't want to. Why doesn't your daughter?
I do because I do want her to go there. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I do want her to go there if that's what she wants to do, but she does not like the horse trainer anymore for some reason.
Have you asked
And
why?
she screams the whole time there. I have no idea. I know my daughter comes to me a lot and says that mommy's always gone horseback riding, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not.
I mean, it sounds to me though, if we were to back away from that specific situation and look high level of like, what is this theme? It sounds like your wife is mostly upset about when she feels like you are coming in and trying to make a decision that involves her or that she cares about, and she feels like she has not been consulted. Is that right?
Yes, and I've been doing better about that like bringing her in on the conversation. That was one thing I've been doing so much better about. I know I did control a lot of the situations. I did a lot of controlling pushes, before this, obviously using the D word because I was scared and that was not right. So I guess what I'm trying to say is she gets really worked up in some of these conversations, and I try and cool it off and say, let's take a break, but she doesn't want that.
Because she wants
to figure it out
because
right
she
this
wants
second,
y'all
no matter
to get on the same page and come up with an answer, right?
Yes.
Okay. So have you been able to ever in these situations like actually do that last part where you're able to come back? I mean, I understand she hasn't let you actually like take the time and de-escalate yet, but do you think part of that is because she doesn't trust the fact that you're actually going to come back and finish that conversation and come up with a decision together where she feels included and respected?
Yeah, I can definitely see that because I was really bad about that before. Like when I would get mad, and I would leave. I would hop in my truck and say, you know what, divorce me, and I would leave. Like there was no figuring this out later. I was so bad about that. And that's part of the reason she wants this divorce. You know, it's kind of too late kind of thing. She says she's seen me change. But I know that's just what she said. Yeah. But it's hard, right? Trying to do the right thing. But then also having a partner that's trying to put you in that position to mess up again.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to explain that?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Vince, I understand it's difficult, but at the end of the day, it is going to take two people to fight, and you do not have to attend every fight you're invited to. And I understand that I'm just getting pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. What would be a good... I didn't quite understand what she's pushing you to agree to. Like, what's the fight about? What's the topic?
It seems like she's trying to get me to admit that I'm manipulating the kids and I'm not.
Okay. So, yeah, I can understand why she would feel that way. I suppose my best advice would be to just ask, what are you seeing that makes you think I'm manipulating the kids? Not to get angry and defensive when she brings an accusation like that, but take her phrase, transform it into a question, and just hand it back. What have you seen that makes you think that I'm manipulating the kids against you? No, because they're against all the things that I like to do. Well, give me an example of what you're against, or what they're against, and just be willing to explore the topic. And her emotions might go up or down, or she might come on strong or whatever. But your job in that is to stay calm, and you don't have to fix anything. You have to listen and understand, and give empathy. Empathy and acceptance is not the same thing as agreement. So you don't have to agree at the end of the day. Yes, I'm absolutely the bad guy here, and I manipulated the kids against you. You never have to go there, and you shouldn't, unless that's true. In which case you wanna own your stuff. But yeah, it's important that you not like overly apologize to somebody who's like emotionally hostile toward you. But you can say, hey, I understand where you're coming from. I'm sorry you feel that way. Like, you can use some language like that, but don't let things escalate to the point where, like once you start walking from like room to room to room and she's moving you around, like, we really need to just pause and like, hey, we're fighting over something. We need to understand what it's about, because if we just keep going to this pattern, it's never going to get fixed. And do something different other than just falling into the same dance you've been in over and over. Does that make sense?
Yep. Nope. It does. Thank you.
But then how to do that well?
Thank you.
Good. What was the last thing you said, Jared?
But then how to do that well?
I know. I mean, even just taking that mindset. One of the things I've always loved reminding myself of, not that I always do it perfectly because I don't, but I love reminding myself when I'm in a fight with Rob, my husband, we're on the same team.
Yeah.
And ultimately, we probably want the same things. Like even in the call with Vince that we just had, they want the best for their children. Mm-hmm. So if you can just go into conversations like that of like, okay, we both want the same thing, but we want maybe for it to happen differently. We're coming at it from different angles. But if I can keep that in mind, it helps me be more open-minded. It helps me stay curious, and it helps me just like lean into really trying to understand the other person's perspective, which is an important part of intellectual attraction and the way that we show up intellectually, actually.